Most foreign buyers who purchase property in Spain make at least one costly mistake. It's not because they're not smart. It's because the Spanish property market is not regulated the way they expect. And nobody told them the rules of the game before they started playing. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the entire buying process step by step. The requirements, the buying costs, what to do, what to watch out for, and where most buyers lose money. I'm Raf Jacobs from 𝗚𝗨𝗜𝗗𝗘 Property Experts. We've been buying property in Spain since 2013 as investors ourselves and helping international clients as buyer agents. Hundreds of transactions under our belt. And that's what we know. Let's start with the question everyone asks first. Can a foreigner buy property in Spain? Yes, absolutely. No restrictions. Non-residents have exactly the same buying rights as Spanish citizens. But there are three things you need to know before you complete the purchase. Number one, the NIE. It's the número de identificación de extranjero. It's a Spanish tax identification number, basically. No NIE, no purchase. Simple as that. There are three ways to obtain your NIE number. You can apply at the Spanish consulate in your home country. You can find that online, but book well in advance. Second option, you apply the local police station once here in Spain. Then you need a bit of patience and it can take 2 to 6 weeks easily. Or 3, we can manage it for you. You can get a temporary NIE exclusively for the property purchase. No need to go through the full process, but start early. It takes 2 to 6 weeks. Do not wait until you've found your property. Number 2, you need a Spanish bank account. It's required for the final payment at the notary, not for the payment during the process, only for the final payment. To open a bank account, you need a valid ID or passport and your NIE number. And physical presence in Spain is required by most banks. Some paperwork just has to be signed in person at the bank. Power of attorney. If you can't be present in Spain for the final signing, you can grant us power of attorney to act on your behalf. We manage this regularly for international clients. And number 3, proof of funds, bank statements, or maybe a mortgage pre-approval letter from a Spanish bank. Spanish banks typically lend up to 70% to non-residents versus 80% for residents. Running financial simulations is the very first step we take with every single customer. And if you want a mortgage, we will connect you with our mortgage broker before you start viewing properties. Knowing your real budget changes everything. I come back to the purchase cost later as well. Before we get into the steps of the buying process, there is something you need to understand about how the market works. In Spain, the real estate industry is not regulated. Anyone can open an agency. It's hard to believe, but without training, without experience, without an obligation to disclose everything to the buyer, and without accountability for what they sell. Think about that. And all agents in Spain work for the seller, not for you. Their job is to get the highest price for the vendor. Their job is not to protect your interests. Buyer agent versus seller agent. At 𝗚𝗨𝗜𝗗𝗘, we are buyer agents. Our international team of specialists coordinates every step, so you buy with clarity, confidence, and control. You avoid mistakes because you get independent advice and full due diligence. We position you ahead of other buyers, so you secure the best properties in a fast market. And we are hard negotiators with real market insights, so you achieve prices other buyers simply can't match. That model is rare in Spain, and it makes all the difference. Now, let's talk about the process itself. There are 5 key stages to buying property in Spain. I'm going to walk you through each one. I'll tell you exactly where buyers get into trouble. The first step is searching for properties and selecting the right property. Once you have everything prepared, this is where search begins. You can search yourself on portals like Idealista or Fotocasa, or you can work through your personal network. But we also offer a search service that gives you access to properties before they reach the market. Whatever route you take, do not make offers without completing the next step first. The second step is the reservation contract. When you decide on a specific property, you submit an offer and you sign a reservation contract. You pay a reservation fee that's typically between €2,000 and 1% of the purchase price. This takes the property off the market, while due diligence is performed and full contracts are prepared. At this point, the clock starts. It's crucial to think of exit options in your reservation contract, because you don't have all the property documentation yet. The third step is due diligence. This is the step that separates well-prepared buyers from buyers who get burned. This is also where most buyers lower their guard. Before you commit a single euro, you need to verify several things. That the property carries no outstanding debt from the seller, that the cadastral records match what is actually being sold, that there are no problems in Spain with incorrect square meters, boundaries, or outdated records, that there are no illegal extensions, building violations, or just missing building permits from the past. That the community fees and the property fees and property taxes are fully up to date. And of course, a technical inspection is a must. There's no single source for property documentation in Spain. Everything is fragmented. We talk every day to the land registry, to cadasters, city administrations, homeowner associations, banks, building inspectors. And we use all these inputs to de-risk your transactions. Who's the real owner? Whether there are mortgages or charges on the property, whether the registered details match what you're being shown. We see impersonation cases. Someone trying to sell a property that wasn't theirs. Don't lower your guard here. And step 4 is the arras contract, an earnest money contract. The arras is a private purchase contract between you and the seller. It confirms who's buying, who's selling, the agreed price, and a completion date. And here you typically pay 10% of the price to the seller. Here's what you need to know. If you walk away after signing arras, you lose your deposit. If the seller backs out, they owe you the double. Very strong protection for buyer and seller. Make sure everything is verified before you sign arras. The identity of the owner, the legal status of the property, the exact price, the exact completion date, because once you sign, you're committed. We check every detail for our clients before this moment. We've seen cases you wouldn't believe. We prepare the arras contract with all inputs from the due diligence. Don't use standard contracts you find online. They don't take any of your due diligence findings into account. And that's exactly how you build in protection. Step 5 is the notary and the registration of your property. The notary is the moment of legal transfer. You pay the remaining balance and you sign the public deed of sale, the escritura in Spanish. The property is legally yours then. Both parties must be present or represented by power of attorney. The notary is not your lawyer, and the notary is not involved in the due diligence of your purchase. The notary confirms who you are and what is being sold. That is their role. They're neutral. They do not protect the buyer. For full protection, you need someone exclusively on your side. After the notary, you pay the purchase taxes, the property is registered in the land registry, and it's in your name then. And we coordinate all of this for you with the notary office. 2 things to do immediately after completion. Update your details with the local council. So the annual property tax, the IBI, is billed in your name. And if you're in a building, register with the homeowners association and set up your monthly community fee payments. That's important. Make sure you attend the annual meetings as well. That's where the annual budget and building maintenance works are approved. We offer an all-under-one-roof buyer protection service, so you don't have to worry. Let's now talk about the real cost of buying in Spain. Because most buyers don't budget correctly. On top of the purchase price, there are other costs, like the transfer tax. That's between 6 and 12% depending on the region and the property type. You also pay notary and land registry fees. These are typically between 3 and 5,000 euros, and again, depending on different parameters. Then you have legal and professional fees. They are variable, but not negotiable if you want to protect yourself. As a rule of thumb, add 10 to 12% on top of your purchase price for the total buying cost. But again, let's make precise estimates at the start of your project. New builds are subject to VAT at 10%, and that's instead of the transfer tax. There's also an additional stamp duty cost for new builds. The total cost structure is different from resale, so keep that in mind. If you're comparing options, make sure you compare on the same basis. At Inspire Property Experts, we know exactly what international buyers need. We've accompanied hundreds of buyers and made over 40 property investments in Spain ourselves, with our own capital. So when we advise our clients, we're speaking from experience, not from theory. Buying a property in Spain as a foreigner is absolutely achievable and often makes the dream come true. Over 100,000 international buyers do it every year, but not all do it successfully though. The difference between the ones who get it right and the ones who don't is almost always preparation and having the right people on their side. If you want a checklist of everything we've covered today, check the link in the description. It's free. And subscribe for more expert tips.